morning traders, Joseph here from Eightcap. So welcome to a new start of the trading week. This is also the last trading week for 2019. We will have shortly in some markets as we have New Year's Day coming in midweek. So risk ended last week on a very positive note to the USD. We can see here some of the strong rallies that we saw. The Euro had a fantastic Friday session at, sorry, I'll just adjust that. It had a solid rally to end Friday's session. I can just get onto there. We saw a 0.74% jump. The pound also had a nice end to the week. We're still in a funny position though. We just have to keep an eye on how this new rally does get going. And the dollar CAD hit new lows, continuing that medium-term downtrend. So the next key low is down at this level, and then if we move further, we'll be seeing the next key test down at this level, but that's only if this trend can continue on. So far this morning, as we just saw, we've seen risk markets have started Monday trade, continuing on from Friday, getting stronger. The Aussie hit a new high. That was sorry for just jumping over to the monthly. So new 5-month highs. So the Aussie is slowly starting to pull back a bit of buying momentum after that really strong decline we saw for most of this year, and it still has a bit more work to do, and we have more resistance coming up above here at that 70 point if we do see buyers get back to that level. US stocks are a little bit interesting on Friday night. So we saw new records hit by the three key indexes, but the Nasdaq actually snapped a 6 to 12 day winning streak, ending in the red, depending on how you really measure that. So if you can see on the NDX here, we can see that we did have this bar here, so whether you call that as a down move or not, it did actually break that 6-day point with that move lower on Friday. Bitcoin has gotten off to a strong start this week after a very flat couple of days. We saw some good weekend buying. We've seen a 2.30% jump to start this week. That's after incorporating in Saturday and Sunday's trade. The ASX is the main key index that's underway at this stage. It is lower after a little bit of a flat end to the week by US stocks. We can see that we did have a nice rally to start the week. That's been faded and pulled back, and we're now testing that support area there. A break lower sort of sets up a new break. It starts to put pressure on this recovery trend after that decline. So we will just have to see if this level can maintain for buyers or not. Moving on, we've seen just the oil, how it finished last week. Inventory numbers came in for oil on Saturday morning, and they did show a minus 5.5 million. Now this supported price, it gave it a good boost in 2 hours after it was released early Saturday morning, and we saw a nice 0.73% pullback after a pretty solid decline during the New York session late in Friday. Now oil remains at a high. We still want to see if it can continue to test move higher. It still is in a short-term uptrend, and we will see how it comes into play. It is pretty heavily overbought on the Williams %R, but it's still in a bullish position, so we'll see how buyers react to those inventory numbers when they come online at 11 o'clock this morning. And we'll just finally move on over to gold, and gold continues to post this fight back, and we can see here that it is stronger this morning after a flat end to the week, but this is the level we're watching at the moment, this resistance level from 1514 to 1514.70, And if we can break above this level, then buyers have really got some traction going. So really 1520, 1522, if we can see a break and hold above that level, we would say that this current short to medium term trend is really gathering some momentum and underway. But don't be surprised if we do see a bit of a pullback at some stage, and buyers will regroup, and then we'll see if they can mount that next charge to retest the resistance or close above it, depending on how things go today and tomorrow for gold traders. So coming up this week, like we said, we have a shortened week in a lot of the European, US and Australian markets, so there'll be observing bank holidays on New Year's Day. And coming up tomorrow, New Year's Eve, we have early tomorrow morning at 1:45 a.m. we have the Chicago PMI, and then at 12 o'clock tomorrow we have Chinese manufacturing. So the market's looking for 50.1 to come out of that manufacturing data in China. So have a fantastic trading week and a very happy new year, and until tomorrow's report, bye for now.